होगा क्या सब एक मेरे वाली पता चलता है कि इसके यहाँ पे तो पता चला होगा ऐसा
ये तान्या कहाँ कहाँ जाती रहती है और किसी बड़े में घुस जाती है पता नहीं किसके हार्ट अटैक से मरी।
नहीं कर रही हूँ मन नहीं तो वो नहीं ज्वाइन करना तो हाथ पैर बहुत लग रहा है
अरे मेल पे हम व्हाट्सएप करते हैं मीटिंग आईडी और पासपोर्ट 870 भैया वो नहीं याद आ रहा चालू नहीं गुफ्तगू नहीं था वो था इंटरेक्शन करने का कुछ था गुफ्तगू तो बातें करना होता है फिर मैं लेके भी कैसी आती जगह नहीं थी
Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri. Our prime spot conveniently
मेरे fast
located
खत्म हो
at just a
जाएंगे ना,
5-minute
तब कोई
walk
तो
from
आएगा।
LIC Andheri Met.
मुझसे मिलने क्यों ऐसे ही
In our
हमारे
journey of
कहीं
over a
कहीं
decade,
मिले।
we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students.
चल नहीं रही मस्त लग रहा
इसको खिलाओ
We've also been recognized by Telnet, Silicon India, and other
चल
accreditation
कर
bodies.
देती है
अभी बस अविनीत से बात करती है ना तो हम लोग सुनते
Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. High-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room.
भरत बोल रहा था
A hybrid
पार्टी का
game changer, as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the
हाँ तो
comfort
वो
of your
साथ
home.
में लेने का मैंने यही सोचा साथ में फिर हम तो चलो कर
Even
लेते
if you happen to be in any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started?
Yes, the collaboration with ExcelR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course, and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching, and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if ExcelR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with ExcelR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly, right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank ExcelR for being a part of it.
was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about ExcelR and I enrolled in ExcelR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher.
Good evening, all. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, you can take over the class.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you. So, from today's onward, we are going to see the third step of the our hacking, or you can say accessing device, or the third steps of cybersecurity is basic exploitation. So today we are going to see and use different tools which was used for exploiting a target and finding useful information from the target. Also, this process was done by the cybersecurity experts to caught the cyber attackers or the frauders, and sometimes we use this to caught the scammers also. So these attacks are basically used for caughting scammers and different other persons. From today onward, we are going to see how we can simply customize a virus into a simple file, how we can change a RAT, which is a remote access to region, into an image format, and how we send it to the particular attackers or the cybersecurity hackers, and how we can gain access from a target. How we gonna maintain access for a short time or a long time? How we can gonna capture data in real time? How to monitor different activities on internet? How we can make our system secure? How we are going to make our organization secure? We are going to see different tools. So did we have some? No, we don't have session yesterday because there was a holiday. So from today's onwards, we are going to completely see what we are going to do for exploitation. So from this onward, we are going to see this part. And this is also important part because in three steps, in the first week, we learn about cybersecurity, we learn about networking, we learn learn about more about information gathering. In the next week, we learn about scanning. We go very deep in scanning. We understand how actual scanning does, what type of results we get, why we need to use Nmap. We also see how we can bypass firewalls, how we can bypass actual target, which is a Windows 10 machine. We see different scripts which was used for bypassing different things like firewalls and different other things. So I think everyone is now clear about bypassing firewalls and using Nmap. I think everyone is able to use Nmap now very clearly. Does anyone have any problem using Nmap? Can I get a response? Does anyone have any doubt regarding the Nmap tool? Please ask it. Did we have the session yesterday? No, we don't have the session yesterday. Does anyone have any doubt about the Nmap tool? Can I get a quick response? Then I will go to the next topic, which is our ethical hacking and exploitation. Should I move to the exploitation, guys? No, sir. Arvind, there is no problem. Okay, very good. So now we are going to move to the next topic, which is basically exploitation. For exploitation, I want all of you to please on your virtual box and start your Kali Linux operating system and Metasploitable both. Before remember one thing, before starting, first check on go to settings. I want all of you, so you're in networks, go to advanced, and see if you allow the promises mode or not. If you don't, please allow it. And after, just refresh your Mac and click on here OK for both Kali Linux and Metasploitable. So you are not going to face any type of network problem. Click on Kali Linux and just click on simply start. Those who don't have a powerful laptop, like they have only 8 GB RAM, just do not start both operating system at simultaneously. First start Kali Linux, then start the second operating system. Because sometimes when you start both operating system, it will give you an error and both operating system was not able to completely install. So first Kali Linux, then I'm going to start the Metasploit. Now I'm coming back to the my Kali Linux. I'm going to log in. Just wait, we are going to log in here. By logging, you need to simply give your username and password, which you all set already. Also, in this session, we are going to see a attack how we can simply bypass the passwords of a device. So, also in this session, we are going to see a trick, or you can say a very important trick, which was used for bypassing the password of a Windows laptop or Windows 10 or Windows 11 laptop when it was locked. Every time when we have a laptop, I think everyone has faced this problem. Sometime our system has locked and we don't know what we do. 90% time we simply reset our system. But now we are going to see some simple steps which we follow to get our password back, even if we don't know the password, even if our laptop is locked. So we are going to see this thing. We are going to solve some troubleshoot problems which come in networkings, which causes cybersecurity problems. We are going to make logs. For example, big companies have very much data. For example, a big company has very much data, so they need to create a log that which person uses a pen drive to get data, which person uses a pen drive to transfer data, which person transfer data from system A to system B. So we are going to see how we can make this log and how we can see this log and what actually this log is useful. Also, in big companies, we use tools like Splunk and different other log tools, which also tell us which particular system, or if, for example, if company has faced a phishing problem. So the particular organization or cybersecurity engineer very easily understand that on which computer the particular phishing link was sent and which computer does click it or which computer does not click it. So we get much more information by using these tools. Also, we are going to see how we perform reverse engineering. So we are not going very depth on these things. We are going on just basics of everything. So we clearly know about how these things work. So we are going to basically see how reverse engineering works, how a particular cybersecurity at reversing the particular attack and finding the particular attacker. We are going to see how actually cybersecurity makes the systems, how they actually secure the particular organization and follow different rules. How we are going to set rules for firewalls, set rules for proxy, and in last we are going to see how we are going to make our own VPN, which is a virtual private net, and how we are going to make ourselves anonymous in the network. So nobody is able to see that we are on network. So we are going to see all these things in today's session, in the upcoming section, in the next 5 days. So be ready. And also one thing, we are going to see one more tool, rather than Metasploit, which is your Bob soup, which is also one of the most important tool, which was used for web penetration testing or web bug bounty thing. So right now we are going to do some work. So today we are going to see how actually exploitation works. And today we are going to make our first attack, and today we are going to make our first hack and see is this hack actually works or we get data from the particular target. So right now my target was ready. First of all, I need to log in here. So this is Metasploit login. So first of all, I need to log in here, which is completely done by MSF admin, and again MSF admin. Now I'm logging. I just need to check is my IP available. So just checking my IP. I have config. So right now my IP is 192.168.227.89. Okay. Now I'm going to perform the attack. So let me come back to Kali Linux. First of all, as you remember, first of all, you need to find the service version of any target. Remember what I said. The hacking was done on a device on the basis of service version. The first way to hack any device is to find the service version. So if you find the service version of any particular service, then you are able to hack the particular target. This is a very important thing. The first thing every hackers need to hack, or every cyber security need this service version to hack or to access someone else's data with their permission completely. So what we completely doing? First of all, we are simply using nmap. Then we are using the command which was used for getting services, which is -s capital B. Then our metasploitable target, which is right now 192.168.227. And just let me check again. 227.8. Okay. So now, right now, I'm going to see the service version. I think everyone was familiar with this command, and you all know this command was not run unless you put sudo at the last. So just simply put sudo, so you don't get any root fuses. Simply put sudo, then click here. Then it asks for your password. Simply give your password and wait. Now, the scan is doing. Just give me a second. I think I'm facing again the problem. Let me check my net. My Linux was not able to give data. Just give me a second. I need to just perform. How do I can? Wait, just wait and check. Is this? Am I writing the password wrong? I need to check it. 192.168. Wait, I think I entered .89. .89. This is right. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I don't put .89. That's why I will get this type of result. Now it was scanning. Unless the scan was complete, I open another terminal. Just my scan done. First, I need to put another terminal. And in this terminal, I am going to open my tool, which we are going to use for exploitation of these particular services. And it is one of the most popular tools which was used for learning cybersecurity and ethical hacking. This is known as MSF Venom or MSF Console, or you can say this tool is known as completely Metasploit framework. Metasploit framework. So we are basically going to use this framework for ethical hacking today. Framework. So we are going to use Metasploit framework. In Metasploit framework, there are two tools which we are going to use. One is MSF console, which was used for performing attacks like sending payloads, sending exploits, used for scanning and different other things. Where the second is MSF Venom, which was used for creating virus. Remember, this was used for sending and this was used for creating. So MSF console is basically used for attacking any target without creating a payload or any other thing. Where MSF Venom is used for creating payloads or you can say viruses for different devices. It may be your Android device, it may be your Windows device, it may be for your Mac, it may be for your browser, and any other thing. So we are going to see these two tools on very deep. First is MSF console, and the second thing is MSF Venom, and how we are going to create a virus, and how we are going to send. The virus which was created through MSF Venom is also known as RAT. What is it is also known as, you can say, RAT. So what is a RAT? A RAT is basically a remote access Trojan. Means a virus which you send to someone's device, it can just simply access the devices by networks, or it will make a TCP connection through which the attacker is able to transfer data and receive data from the particular target. He was able to perform anything on the particular system. He was able to see the apps, he was able to install any other apps, he was able to uninstall any other app. Also, he was able to see what type of data you store in your phone. He was able to see your, simply terms you can say, your passbook data or your password data. He was getting OTPs, he was sending OTP. So he has the full access of your phone. So we are going to see how RAT actually works and what is the theory behind RAT. In today's time, basic rats are actually not going to work because most rats are already patternized, and every firewall and every antivirus know the patterns of rats. So 90% of rats, 99% of rats are not working in today's world. But also there are some advanced rats like PDF rat format, like music rat format, like APK rat formats, which was more complex and which was more accurate and advanced. So sometimes these rats can also work. So that's why on one more thing, these that only work on below Android 14 or you can say below Android 15, because after that there are many RAS which were not able to work because as much as Android grew its version, it also makes its security very hard. So we are not going to exploit it. But maybe in future we are going to create our own RAT and that's we are going to exploit it. So today we are going to use the MSF console tool. So for MSF console, you simply need to type here MSF console and just simply press here enter, and it will open your MSF console terminal here. Does anyone have any doubt regarding that or any other thing, guys? I get messages, just let me check. Sir, your screen, I'm really sorry, I think I'm not share my screen, just give me a second. Is my screen right now visible to all of you? What Metasploit framework? MSF means Metasploit framework. Metasploit framework. MSF means Metasploit framework, console, which was used for performing exploitation. Here you can see if you want to open MSF console, first you need to type here MSF console, and it will just simply open your MSF console. And the second thing, you need to do one thing more in a terminal, which is perform service version scan on your particular Metasploitable. For this, you need to type sudo nmap sv and this command. I think everyone was familiar with the sv command, which is used for service version to find a service version of the particular services which was running on a particular port. So sv command is used to find services of those services which was running on a particular port. So right now we get services of every port, and how we are going to see how we are going to hack a system using these services like these VSFTPD. Just let me come just a little bit up. Like this, we are going to see how we can hack someone with this VSFTPD 2.34. How we can hack someone with this OpenSSL 4.71. We are going to see how we can hack someone with Linux Telnet. We are going to see how we are going to perform hacking with these particular services. So first of all, you need to perform this scan sudo nmap sv. Then you need to open MSF console. Like this, for opening MSF console, you just need to type here simply MSF console. Does anyone have any other doubts? Does anyone have any other doubts? My MSF comma MSF console. You need to type like this. See MSF console in a single. Don't make the move. Just let me. I think share for everyone. Wait. MSF console. You need to type like this. MSF console. Yes, but sir, can you repeat? Okay, I will repeat it. Just because my screen was not visible, I will repeat it from start. Don't worry, need to worry. I'm star repeater start, so you don't need to see. I'm going fast. First of all, you need to run a service version scan for getting all the service info of the Metasploitable. For this is the command sudo nmap sv. I think everyone was familiar with this command because we already used multiple times this command for getting service version info in the last week. So by using this service version command, we get the service version info of this particular target, which is Metasploitable. Just press enter, need to enter the password, and it will start scanning. In the second terminal, we need to open the MSF console. So for opening MSF console, you just need to type here like MSF console, and when you click here, the MSF console is like this, and you are getting. Remember, Linux give you a feature of finding the errors in command. If your command is like written in blue, remember your particular command is right. But if it was not written in blue or it was in black, remember the command is wrong. So it will give you the auto feature of checking that the particular command is wrong or right. So you need to type MSF console, and you will open this terminal. Also, we are going to use another terminal, but before, right now we are going to our services. So what we are going to do, we are going to start exploiting from our first service, which is 21 TCP, which says state is open and service is FTP. See, hacking FTP is always good. Why? Because FTP give you the whole access to the particular target system, because it is basically a file transfer protocol, which is used for transferring file between two systems or two computers in a network. So this particular protocol is very useful for finding for hacking devices and getting all the information from them and transferring information. Right now, we also know VSFTPD 2.3.4 because see, the version is always mandatory. Because if I only get service name, for example, if I only get service name, how am I able to hack? I'm giving an example. Suppose you are a theft and you want to break a lock. But before breaking a lock, you need to know about the lock. You need to understand about the lock. Do you guys see the movie name Army of Thieves? How many do you see the movie name Army of Thieves? Do you see a movie Army of Thieves? Yeah. Adit, I think you see. How many of you see? Can you please raise all your hands? Those who see this movie, Army of Thieves? See, in this movie, what happened? There was a thief who was a master, you can say, brakesman, or who can simply break any lock. But before breaking the lock, he need to first know what is the type of lock. Which type of lock is that? What type of material was used for making the lock? So, but if he don't know about the lock, he was not able to break it because he need to perform practices to break the lock. Simply, as a hacker, you need to know about what type of particular version it was using because they are not single version. There are more than 100 versions of a particular service. So if you don't know the version, you are not able to hack. Just by giving you an example, hacking Android 2 and Android 15 is different. So if you know that your target is Android, you are not able to hack because you need to know what type of version Android is using. Because hacking Android 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is very easy compared to hacking Android 15. So this is important. That's why we need to get Android version. So right now we get the version which is VSFTPD. Now the second thing, how you know that this particular version was hackable? The question is appear. First you need to get the version. We already get. So there are three steps which you follow for hacking. Let me open my nano terminal. Nano steps. And guys, please note down this all the steps because you need in further time. So I'm opening a nano editor right now, and here my nano. So first step is finding service, which we done. Finding service. And remember, this is for hacking a system, not for any other thing. This is for hacking a particular device. If you want to hack a system, this is for this. Finding service. We already done this. This is the first time. Second, checking that particular service is hackable or not. Checking service is hackable or not. This is the second step you need to follow. So what we are going to, how we are going to check that a particular service is hackable or not. See, there are two ways. First, you Google it simply. Just I tell you in the yesterday's class, on the last classes, you simply Google it. Or the second tool is use the search exploit tool. See, Googling is like cheating because as an early stage, I don't prefer you to use Google. Google is for those who are already in this field for more than 1 year or 2 years. But if you are a beginner, you need to go to search exploit. You need to do everything manually. So you know, understand very about the attacks. You know, understand about the tools. So you need to do manually. So we are you going to use the second tool, which is search exploit. For using this, just open a terminal, and I will give you a small intro about search exploit. What is actually a search exploit is. See, search exploit is a basic search engine for Linux which has stored more than 1,000 types of vulnerability information. So search exploit is a basically vulnerability search engine. What you say? A basically vulnerability search engine which was inbuilt in Linux. So I am going to use the search exploit tool. For using, I just simply need to type the tool name, which is search exploit. See, what I starting tell you that you need to get the versions. But if you don't get the version, see what happened. If I just click here search exploit FTP, see what happened. I will get this much of attacks, but I don't know which attack I need to perform. Here you can say this is for FTP server 1.10. Somewhere you say this is for FTP server 3.2.4. Here it was said that it was 4.3. Now, do you think that 3.2 SQL injection can also run the any other SQL injection? Just let me check. For example, just let me check any other SQL injection. Just let me open another SQL injection, SQL injection, pass to directory, pass buffer flow. See here, this username flow. This version, which is 3.0.x to 3.40, is this both version can compact to one? No, because these are on both different versions. Both different versions have different tools, different codes. So we are not able to perform this attack on particular this target. So we need to specify the accurate version. Otherwise, we get multiples of exploits, but we are not able to use any type of exploit. For this, what we need to do, we need to specify accurate number. First, you need to type search exploit. First, let me clear my screen. You need to type search exploit. Then you need to type the version which is FTP to VSFTP, sorry, which is VSFTPD 2.3.4. Just let me check is this version accurate or not. Just coming here again, and you can see this is the accurate version VSFTPD 2.3.4. So now if I come here, see what I'm getting. So if I press here right now, enter, see what I will get. I think I just search exploit, ELOIT, VSFTPD. Oh, just wait a second. I think 2.3.4. I just typed 2.34. See here we get to exploit. Just let me clear the screen and open it again. Search exploit VSFTPD 2.0. See, we get two information. We get two exploit titles. See, you can see both are same. Both are command execution. Both are actually command execution. Backdoor command execution and backdoor command execution. So both are actually command execution. You can see here path, but you can see there is a difference. In the both section, you see the first is .py and the second is .rb. See, .py means a Python. What is actually an exploit? See, an exploit is nothing more than a program which was used for attacking a target. Like you see, we have written programs for making calculators. We have created APIs for connecting two applications. This is same as an application program. This is same as a program, a code. Guys, just give me a second. I need there was a voice coming. I just give me a second. I will just come back a little bit earlier. Just give me a second. Is there any background noise coming outside, guys? Is there any background noise coming? Or right now it was clear? Is there any background noise coming or it was clear? Can I get a response? Is my background right now noisy or it was clear? Are you able to hear me, guys? Clear, sir. Okay. So what we are going to see here, you can see we have two files. First is a py file and second is the rb file. What is actually py and rb mean? See, py and rb is nothing more extension. The first say it was a Python program and the second say it was a Ruby program. But we see a more difference here, which say Metasploit. See, the py program is basically a Python program, and every exploit, whichever exploit, was simply a program or a code which was written in a particular language. So you see, when you want to make a calculator, what you do? You go to Python, you go to tools, you use different commands, you use integers, functions, and create a calculator. So your calculator run. If you also see Python as a feature of sending WhatsApp messages, so you need to go to import YKit module and just you need to give some functions, create, and it will send messages to a particular person. So basically, exploits are simply program which was used for attacking a particular device. So here there are two things. First is py and second is rb. But we are not going to use the py because writing a program then attacking a target, why we are going to do? When we do the same thing by manually, automatically. So we are not going to perform this thing manually. We are not going to code the whole program or virus in Python because this needs a very high much knowledge of Python. You need to know more about networks automation modules. You need to know about internet modules. You need to know about TCP/IP modules. So you need to know about more modules. So we are not going to see this because this is very tough. Also, we have a different way where we can do this thing easily by not using the language. See, we are going to use those exploits which have written Metasploit. Right now, it was written Metasploit. Also, there is one way how you can find that the particular exploit is available in Metasploit or not. If the extension is .rb means Ruby, then remember the particular exploit is available in Metasploit. And as for all, I think in first classes everyone asked me about so which programming language is better for ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Let me suggest you Ruby. There are many people who don't suggest Ruby, don't talk about Ruby, but Ruby is the first programming language which was used for various tools, which was used in various tools before Python. We use Ruby in Search Exploit, we use Ruby in Metasploit, we use Ruby and Map, we use Ruby everywhere. So if you want to become a professional cybersecurity expert, you need to understand Ruby, because Ruby is the foundations of every attacks. If you understand Ruby, then you are able to do anything. So for me, as a preferred language which is used for best in ethical hacking cybersecurity, which is Ruby. So right now we are going to use this particular target tools. So how we are going to use? Right now I know that this particular exploit was open in Metasploit. I will already open a tool, Metasploit, like here you can say MSF console. So right now I need to search this particular virus or exploit. So how I'm going to do? See, Metasploit frameworks commands is very easy and it was basically same as English. So for searching, you just simply need to type search. Is my screen visible, guys? Just let me check once again. I think my screen is visible right now. Yeah, it is visible. Okay, just come here again. So first you need to type search the particular value that this particular vulnerability is available or not. So come here and type search and then type VSFTPD 2.3.4 and just simply press here enter. And see we get the matching module. We get exploit Unix FTP VSTPD 234 backdoor or command execution. Also, here you can see we have three states. First, hash, which is the index number of the particular exploit. So if there was more than one exploit, it will give you an index number. For example, like this, if I write like this only 2.3, and if I press here, you can see we have two exploits right now, which is one is for 232 and second is for 234. And you can see one is for denial of service. So here you can see we have two. So first is here which you see hash is just index number of every one word, which is 0 and 1. Second is disclosure date, means on which day this particular vulnerability was disclosed on internet and people know about. So you can see the first vulnerability was disclosed on 2011, second month, third there means third Feb of 2011, and this will come on 7th, which is basically I think July. So 7th, 3rd of July 2011. So we see we have got two information about when this particular exploit or attack was disclosed. Then we have C rank. This is important. What does this rank mean? See, ranks are basically three: normal, good, excellent. So normal means attack which does not affect the system very much. See, normals will always come in denial of service. Now everyone was thinking, why denial of service or distributed denial of service come in normal attack? See, DOS and DDoS are basically not attack. They are basically used for downing your service for a particular period of time. That's why we are saying DOS and DDoS are normal attacks because they don't store any information. They just make down your service for a particular short period of time. Where backdoor command executions are excellent because it will make a connection with your device and try to access more information or get more information from your particular system. So right now we are going to use this particular target because we have VSTPD 2.3.4. We are not able to use this. So what I'm going to use, there's two ways to use a particular target. First, you can use the simply just say type use and then you can write the this index number. Or the second thing is basically like this. You can just like use and then one. This is also a way for using a particular exploit. Or the second way is just simply go and copy the whole thing. I think it is copying a very big stuff. So just I'm going to use this. Simply need to type use one. And when you click here, see, right, it was set. MSF is no pay. There is no any payload. What is a no payload configured? Defaulting to CMD Unix interacts. We are going to this particular location where the particular exploit is available. Let me show you something again. If you come on the search exploit, see here you can see the location which is Unix remote here, which is file available. As you see, we are also right now on that particular location. Let me open this again. CMD Unix interact. In this interact, the virus section or the remote section was available. So right now, this backdoor was selected for us because we see here we get MSFlex exploit Unix FTP VSPT 3.4. Now we are going to attack. But how? Suppose you have a gun, very good gun. You have a very good scope. But Can you tell me, if I don't give you orders or if I don't give you the target, are you able to shoot it? Give me the answer, guys. If you have a gun and if I don't give you the orders to shoot, or if I don't give you a particular target, are you able to shoot particular things? Are you able to shoot it? No, because you don't have any target. You don't know where to shoot, what to shoot at, and what time you need to shoot. So you need to get a target. For this need, you need to set the scope to configure. First of all, you need to configure the scope. You need to set on target. As same as this for tools, we also need to configure this. So how we are going to configure? So we need to use an option. We need to see what type of options this payload has. What type of information, what is the necessary thing it required to attack the Metasploit tool. So we are going to use a command show options. Show OPTIO options. And when you click here, we get some information. So here we get information like this particular thing, what we require. See, here we get three things. First is name, second is current setting, third is what is required, and third is description about the particular thing. So here you can see we have no for these two things, which is basically no. So we are not going to use this thing. See, when a tool say it requires no, you don't need to specify this thing. We are not going to make this more complicated. Here we only need to specify two things. The first is our host and the second thing is our port. So right now what is our host and our port? So what is our host? It say it verified yes. And what is description? The target hosts. It simply means wherever you want to target and whatever who is your target or victim, you need to put that R host here and the target port, which is R port. So right now we are attacking on VSFTPD. So we are going to specify the R host and R port. So for this, I'm coming back to my scan, and this is my target, which is 192.168.7. I'm just copying, and this is my port, which is 21, which is by default set. So I'm not going to change. I'm just coming back to line Metasploitable. I need to just simply give here our host. For this, I need to do something. I need to set. You need to set R. You are going to use command set. Then you need to specify what you want to set. Here I want to set R host. See, you need to be careful with typing the name because here it is case sensitive. So if you like R host this is different from that. So you need to type everything clearly. So it is right host in capital. So R hosts. Set R host. Then you need to give the IP address. So just give the IP address. And when you click here, it's say R host is configured set. I want to see. So again, when I click on show options, here you can see now our R host was set. Now our target tool is our exploit is ready to run. Before running the particular tool, what you need to do? And one more thing, if this R port was set, you can also change it. For changing, just need to type set R port, and just change anything. From my 25, you can put 25 now, but we don't know 25. We want it will be on 21. I want to show you that it will change. This is how you are going to change anything on this option. Show options again. And you see right now the port was changed to 25, but we want the port to be 21 because we are attacking on 21 port. You just change the port to 21, and now our port was done. Now everything was done. Now our tool was ready to attack because we need only these two things. We don't need these things. Now before attacking, first of all you need to know about what this tool is and what type of information and what type of hack is this. For this you need to type here like show info, and when you click here you can get the information about this particular tool. So here you can say what is this name, module, platform, arc. You can give privileges, you can Metasploit license, you get some type of information, and here you can get description. What is this tool was used for? So it was written that this module exploit a malicious backdoor that was added to the VSFTPD download archive. The backdoor was introduced into the VSFTP 2.3.4 ZZ archive between June 30, 2011 to July 1st, 2011, according to most recent information available. This backdoor was removed on July 3rd, 2011. See, it was removed on July 3rd and it will come on June 30 to July 1st. So do you see, in June 2011 there was not very much high security, but still the cybersecurity engineers removed this particular vulnerability in just 3 to 4 days. And right now, if a vulnerability comes, it will remove in more than or less than an hour, you can say. So right now, we are going to attack this tool and see what is a backdoor and what type of information we are getting. If I give you a simple example about backdoor is simply means getting a separate key of a house and using that separate key to enter in the house. So this is simply means backdoor. So this particular exploit gives you the full access of the Metasploit. For this, you need to type here run, and when you click here, see, your tool was started. You get some type of this information. Does everyone run this particular tool? Does you also run this tool? How many of you run this particular tool? How many of you run the particular exploit? Does I get a response? How many of you run this particular exploit at that time right now? Sagar, you run this. Anyone else who run this particular tool? Please raise your hands. Those who run that particular exploit, please raise your hand. Sir, you could repeat the exploit one more, please. Okay, I need to repeat. First, I need to show you something. See, right now here, what you see. Here you can see 192. There are different things. What is this actually happening? First, it say 192.168 banner 220 VSTPD. User 331 please specify the password. Backdoor service has been spawned handling. Here it will found a cell which is UID ID is equal to 0 root, GID 0 root, found shell. And here we get something interesting. What? This tool line is interesting. We get found shell. And the second line say command shell session 1 open. Means right now we opened a shell. Here you can see right now 192.168.227.34 and 192.168.227.89. Right now this is my particular system. How do you know this is my system? If I go here and open another terminal, just let me come here. And if I show my IP address, just let me show you my IP address. I have config. See right now my IP address is 192.168.227.34. And if you come here and see what happened, it one can say that my particular IP address was connected to this particular IP address. And this is metasploitable IP address as you remember 192.16. Also you can see here there is double slash, which means it was connected to 3887 on port to 620 port. Means it was using these two ports to communicate. Do you remember? And wait time 2025 4th 1 10 1 5:45. We get the time. Right now my time is wrong, so that's why we're getting this thing. So this is simply means we are make a shell. Means we are now connected to Metasploit framework. How we are going to know this? First of all, I need to see who am I right now in this particular operating system. For this, I need to type who am I. And when I click here, see, I'll get information that right now I am root. Very good. If I am root, I have the access of everything. So right now I want to see how many files was there. So if I click here, ls, see we have some different type of files right now here. But I don't know right now in which directory I am. So I want to check first which directory I am. So I will type pwd. And right now I think I am just on this directory. Just let me back here. I'll check again. So right now I think I'm home directory. I'm just going to some directory like just see we are here on root. So just come on Metasploit and see where this directory was actually. So if I come to Metasploit and if I go again on root because it was right now I'm root. So sudo su msf admin. Now I'm going to show you something. So right now I'm thinking on home. So I just back to cd where it was already. cd again. Now if I just click ls, you see here we are in. This is same as the same. Let me bigger this screen. You can see there is a bin dev intr lost plus found no hub output root sys where boot etc inter img media opt sbin temp. These all are the directories of files which are available on this root section. So you understand why sir you are showing us this. Right now, you see we are in a different operating system. Right now, we are in a Metasploitable operating system, and these files was available in MSF operating system. Here, you can see this is my Metasploitable and this is my Linux. If I come back to Linux, you see we have all the same file here. We have the dev, we have the etc, we have the home, we have the intrd, we have img, we have lib, we have lost found, we have media. We have all the same files. Very good. Now what? I want to go to a particular file, for example, home. So I want to go here on home. So if I go to here home, I just simply type here cd, and if I type here home, right now I'm home directory. How you can know? So this command, which is basically for change directory to home, and if I want to know that I'm home or not, I'll just simply type pw, which is basically for print button directory. And if I click here, see, I'm right now on home, and I want to see how many files was available in home. So if I press here ls, see, these are the files which was available in home, which is the FTP MS admin service user. Now, what happened when you have someone else? Suppose I want to delete some type of data, but I'm not going to delete any data because these was used for performing different attacks. If I delete a single data, this may be cost. So right now I'm going to create a data and see that particular data was created at MSF admin or not. For this, I'm going to use a command like mkdir, and I will create a simple name, for example, a directory name test one, test success, test one. And if I create here, I think my directory was cleared, and if I ls, see, this directory was made here. But how you know that I will hack the system? So if I come here again, and if I go here again, and if I just simply type here like cd, right now I'm making the directory in home directory. So there is home, here is the home. So if I type here cd, then I type home, and if I type here ls, do you see here the test one was created? Now if I delete this test one from here, so if I delete like rm/r, see, if you need to delete the directory, you need to type like this rmr, and if I type here test one, see, now this test directory is removed. So if I click again ls, see, the test was removed here, and I will create another directory mkdir. Suppose I want to create test 123. Now the test 123 was created, and now if I come here on my Linux, here you can see if I again run ls, you can see the test one was removed, and now we have test 123. So you can see right now we have full access of the Metasploit operating system as much the user. So right now you are able to create file, you are able to name file, you are able to delete files. Also, there are more things you are able to see. You are able to see the data of the file, you are able to transfer files. So you see how we are going to hack a particular system and how we are going to access of the whole operating system. Now, right now, we have the full access of operating system of the Metasploit world, and we are going to perform anything which we want. We can simply delete any file, we can simply get information. The cybersecurity do this attack because they want to get information from the scammers or attackers. That's why we perform this attack. I think right now everyone has clear about how this attack was happening. Does anyone have any doubt about this attack? I will repeat. Does anyone have any doubt about this attack, how it was happening? Rahul Shinde, please ask it. What is the doubt, Rahul? Does anyone have any doubts about this attack, how this was happening? Please ask it or raise your hand. How many of you having doubt or how many of you having clear? Sir, can you please repeat it once again? Okay, okay, I will repeat it. Anyone else? Anyone else has any doubts? I think no one has no any doubts, sir. Sir, why do we don't we use zero? Why do we don't use zero? See here, why we don't use zero? The question is why we don't use zero? Because this is a different exploit. See, this is a different exploit, and this is different version. It is 2.3. We are not going to use because this was not going to work. If I simply use this for you, for example, if I you want to see that if I what happened if I use this will not work because this is simply different version. It was for VS 2.3.2. It was not for 2.3.4. So it will not work. That's why we don't use. We only use those particular aspects which was useful for us. Right now I'm again show you what we are going to use, what we do. First, we simply use the command use, right, which is used for using a particular payload or exploit. The 1 and 0 is the index number, whichever payload exploit you are willing to use, just choose it. Remember, if you are using an exploit, You also need to pick up according to the version name. If there are more exploits for a single version, you need to choose the excellent one. And if there are 5, choose which one is excellent and choose the index number. So use one is basically used for particular target. Then you need to click the show option and see which type of option is required. So those options which say yes, you need to put there. See what is R host, R port, L host, L port. Let me tell you what is R host and R host. This is the thing you need to know about. Just let me come to terminal. Just give me a second. What is R host and R port? See, R host is basically means remote host or target host. R host is basically means target host. Who is your target? And or for example, remote host means which target, which device you want to connect. Remote host. Where L host is basically your local host or your main computer. So R host is basically your remote host or remote target. Where L host is basically your local operating system or local system. So L host is basically your own operating system, own or local operating system. So these are the difference between R host and L host. So if a tool requires R host, you need to specify the R host. You need to specify the target's IP address, not yours. And if it is want L host, you need to specify your own IP address, not the target. Remember. So here we specify the R host and L host. After, just let me come here again. After this, we only need to here specify R host. After this, we see that our particular things was done. Next, we use the command show info to get the information about the particular exploit. Means what it does. We get the information, and then we use the command run, which was basically used for run this particular command or two. When it was happen, we will open a shell and we use some commands like who am I to check who am I in the particular operating system. It just tells I am root. Then we use ls command to see how many files were there. Then we try to create some files, try to delete some files, and we are able to see that we are complete access on the particular target. So this is what we are doing in this time. I think right now you have everyone has cleared about what is this happening and how this was happening. Does anyone have else doubt or we are going to our next exploit? Sir, the run command is giving an error. Can you show me what type of error is given? What is C host? And this basically C host is your computer host or computer port. This is just simple. C host is basically same as L host. It's not different. But C host is just give me let me open it so I can tell you clearly. See, there are two more things. I think everyone see also these two things. C host or C port. It is same as the L host and L port, the local client address or the local client port, which is basically your like L port and L host. This is no different. L host and C host are same. L host is also your the local system and C host is also your local system. There is no any basic difference. L host, if it to specify, if I want to specify the C host, you need to specify your particular IP address at this time. It requires no because this was an automatic, so we don't need to specify. But if it was written yes, then you need to specify the C host as your operating system IP address, a local client address. Proxies, I think everyone know about proxies. No one has any doubts about proxy. So, how to use lhost IP without our IP? How to use L? See, this is the target. You are setting. Suppose you have a gun and you want to shoot someone. So you don't ask the question like, "Sir, can I shoot someone without the gun?" This is like something different. If you want to shoot someone, you need the gun, and if you don't specify the L host, you are not able to attack. So L host is necessary for attacking a target. You need a gun to shoot someone. If you don't have a gun, you are not able to shoot. So you need this particular L host. Does anyone have any other question? Or if you want to use any other IP, you need to connect with VPN and proxy. So your Linux operating system has different IP address, and then you use the Linux operating system algos to make yourself, you can say, anonymous on the internet. Uh, just let me see what you done. I think you don't specify the R host. The Rambak owner, you don't specify the R host. If you don't specify the required things, it will not run. If you don't specify the required tools, it will not run. You need to specify the R host, then it will able to run. Does anyone have any question, or I will move to the next target, next exploit? Should I move to the next exploit? Can I get a quick response in the chat box, guys? Should I move to the next exploit? Sir, but while performing attack on different PC, then the information is not gathering. But while performing attack on different PC, then the information is not gathered. See, you need to perform multiple scans. This is what I'm telling you. You need to perform more than 20, 50, 100 scans to get the informations. You need to bypass the firewalls. In yesterday classes, you see we do Subham, we use different type of bypassing firewalls. You need to perform multiple scans to get more information gathering. See, hacking is not like which is done in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 10, 20 seconds. You need to specify hash R host. You need to specify our host. So, but well, you need to give more time. You need to give approx 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, or maybe 10 days. Sometimes you need to give 10 days, 22 to just to perform information gathering. If you have the accurate information, at that time you are able to perform exploitation. So first you need to perform information gathering very much. You need to use different type of combinations of functions. You need to use the f, the mtu, the slash random. You need to use everything to get information. You need to run many scripts. If you don't know, you know where to find the scripts. Go and see which scripts is useful for you. Search a script to store info. If this was useful, use it. So you need to use it. If you use continuously, then you also increase your skills. This is also a way to increase your skills. So you need to perform continuously so you can master yourself. Now what we are going to do? We have already attacked this. Now we are going with our second attack. Let me just clear this screen and I want to exit from here. So if I and also you can create one more thing, just text nano text dot test dot. See, this is how you are going to create a file. So if you want to create a file, for example, if you want to create a file in your system and see that the particular file was stored in someone else's system, so you use simply the nano command. Nano is basically used for creating a file or opening a text file. If the file was not exist, it will simply create the file. So right now I create a file test.exist on this particular Metasploit operating system and see I'm going to see that I'm able to see this particular file or not. So what I will do here, I simply here I am your computer was hacked. Your was hacked. Computer was hacked. Right now I want to see that this particular information was stored or not in the Metasploit. So I was just need to just wait a second. Your system was hacked. Now I just need to control this one. Control shift. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a single second. Just give me a single second. There was a voice coming. The inconvenience. Just let me come here again. I think my terminal was ended or I'm like this here. No, right now I think I'm again. Just let me clear this thing. Yes. I think I just need to background session. Just I need to clear. Yes. So right now I'm outside of the payload. I just close the payload because I think there was a problem. So right now we are going to see our second attack. So I'm just closing this MS console again, and I'm going to attack on the second target. Right now you see there are different targets, and I'm going to see a misconfiguration, which is basically very easily to hack. So sometimes what happens? There are misconfiguration in systems, which can lead to big serious problems. So if I show you something like here, just come here and you see something like this. Just give me time. Here you will see, just give me where it was. Apache MySQL Metasploit Netcat. I want to show you something like this. This is something you don't need to see on a particular system. Here if you see on 1524, you see something like this. Open meta on port 1524 on TCP, which is open, and you see bind shell metasploitable root cell. This is something different. What is this? See, this is something which was not here, and it was a misconfiguration. Sometimes there are some misconfiguration will happen on systems. See, if I talk about on early 90s or about you can say mid 20s, you can say starting 20s, like on before 2005, there were not too many laptops or system was available on time. So people uses some type of services. They created some type of network services. Suppose if an office has 20 or 50 systems, so at that time people have don't laptop, they usually use the office computers. And you know, it is not able, you can make your computer move well every day. You cannot make your computer go from house to office or office to house. So when people done working in office, when they come to house, they are not productive. They are not able to do it. At that time, the internet scientist or you say the network scientist, they created this particular service bind shell. So those people who have computers on their system use this particular service. So what does bind shell actually do? Bind shell just simply connect two computers with internet to each other like FTP and able to transfer file from this computer to another computer. So the people who are working for the computer can able to work at their home if they have the computer. That's why this particular service was created. But after some time, when people have laptop, they off the services. And this is a very big problem because many times hackers use this bind shell particular service to simply access the whole system or whole company system and get the most important data and sometimes they attack the particular organization. So right now we are going to see how we simply attack this particular system using this bind shell tool. So what are we going to do? I'm just opening another system and I'm going to use a tool, very popular tool named Netcat. So what is Netcat? So if you type Netcat help, you'll get full information of Netcat. So basically Netcat is a tool which was used for connecting two particular operating systems on a particular, you can say, port. So Netcat is basically a tool or which was used in Linux for connecting two particular systems which was running on a port. So what we are going to do, we are going to see how Netcat is simply hack this particular system. So what I'm going to do first, here you can see how Netcat was actually work. First, connect to somewhere, connect, listen for on. Means Netcat has two properties. First, it will connect to somewhere. Means it will connect to any other system on this world using the Netcat tool. If the particular system has the bind shell or the other connection or self opening or TC function opening. So first you need to specify NC, then option, then you need to specify host name ports or post. So what it will simply means, first you need to specify netcat, then you need to specify the IP address on which the particular you want to connect. So right now my target is 192.168.227.89. First I'll simply copy this target and come here. I need to specify the target name which is this netcat. Now I need to specify the port number also on which port this particular service running where you want to connect. So right now in this session we see this on 1524 port we see the bind shell was running and which was something which was not running on this particular operating system, and this is a misconfiguration because this service was not used by today's some system. But if you say this system, you remember you hack the particular system in less than a second. So what you need to do, first you need to specify netcat, then you need to specify this port number, which is right now 1524 in my case. So I need to specify those three things, first netcat, then IP address, and then port number, which is 1524. Just let me move on. 1524. And if I click here, see what happens. Right now, I am accessing the Metasploit. Do you see guys this? We are right now hack the Metasploit in just a single click. Right now, we have here you can see root at the red Metasploit hashtag. Again, I want to see who am I. So if I type who am I, you can see right now I am root. If I choose ls, you can see we are again on this particular system, which we already gone using the VSFTPD execution using the Metasploit. Also, you see we have different files, which file we already see, which was stored in Metasploit. If I again go to home directory, cd home, you can also see what files we created. We also see the file which we created, test123. We are able to also create some other file, for example, mkdir, test2 success, test2, and if I click here, the test2 was also created here. If I want to remove now test123, I'm just using the command rm/r test2. Suppose if someone has access to your system and they just simply remove all your directory, what happened? If you simply type /rm/r-c, it will just simply delete all the direct files of C and the system was crashed. This is how actually hackers delete your data. They first transfer your data to themselves, then they simply delete or erase your system. So if I type rm/r test2, the test2 file was deleted. See, now we only have test1 to 3. Again, I want to check that this is done or not. So I'm come to my Metasploit and I just come here. If I click here and if I right now type here C, in this we have test1 to 3. Right now we are home directory. But right now if I type here ls, see, I think test1 to 3. And let's just let me check here again. I want to see. Yeah, I think okay. I will remove only the test2. I will remove test2. That's why we're seeing. Just removing the test3 too also. I need to remove the rm/r test 2 1 2 3 also. So right now 1 2 3 also did. If I click ls, we see we have don't anything. So right now if I go to Metasploit again in front of you, and if I click here ls again, see now we have removed one test 1 2 3. So you can see now we have hacked the Metasploit using a single particular service running on the system. This is a basic misconfiguration and a very big misconfiguration, which can cause a remote access to the target just by using the Netcat tool. I think everyone using understands how this Netcat tool actually works and how we are managed to access the particular target. So do you see? We are just hack the particular system using a single tool or a one-line command. If I just go back here, you see we just type this. Single line is able to hack a particular system. You need to specify first Netcat, means you are connected for an incoming connection, and then you need to specify the target name, and then 1524. This is a very big vulnerability, or you can say a misconfiguration. This is actually not considered as a vulnerability, it was considered as a misconfiguration, which was happened sometime due to some problem. And it was really not found in today's world. You can't able to find this on today's targets. You're not able to find this on today's target because today people don't use bind shell. They use remote DAX, or so you can say any remote DAX, index, multiple different remote accessing servers, which uses some different type of security. So you are not able to find this thing. This thing was available when the starting of internet era. So I think now everyone understand how we can use a simple bind shell to connect to someone else's computer and get information. Does anyone have any doubt about this bind shell tool? How this was happening? Does anyone have any doubt? Option R must be used with RM command. Yes. Option R must use with RM command because we are using the RM/R. See, Netcat is basically a tool which was used for connecting two devices on the internet in the era of starting era of computers, where IBM and other companies have computers in their office. So when software engineers go to their office, they work. But when they come to their home, they are not able to work because all the files and data which was stored on this computer system. So they are not able to become more productive. So the computer scientist created the bind shell, which was used for connecting two systems on a particular network or an on network. So the people who have laptops on their home, they are also able to work. So the company become protected. That's why they created the bind shell. But after some time, they found out that this particular bind shell was used by the hackers to connect to their system and get more information. As you see here, we don't need to specify passwords. We don't need to specify any say names. We just simply type RM, target IP address, and simply port number. And this information is very easily getting by any particular person if you perform a simple information gathering. That's why the bind shell, you can say the attack or bind shell code was removed for every system in today's world. And we are not using the bind shell right now. Does anyone have any doubt about the bind shell? Does anyone have any doubt about these two attacks, or we are going to the move to the third attack? Should I move to the third attack? Should I move to the third attack, or where should I tell you something? Do you have any doubt, or should I move to the third attack? Can I get a quick response, guys? I'm not getting any response. Should I move to the third attack, or should I tell you more about this attack? Okay, so right now I'm moving to the third attack. Just wait. So right now we are going to our third attack, which is basically a next attack. Just let me open my system. Just clear this screen, and we are going to see our third attack or third hack. So if I come here again and I want to see what type of options we have different. So right now we see we use two options to attack particular target. Now we are going to see something more. Here this is something interesting. What is this? Here you can see 139 TCP open NetBIOS SSM Samba SMBD 3.x/4.x for group. Here I want to attack this particular port, but right now you see I don't know the specific version because it said that it will be between 3.x to 4.x. I don't know the accurate version. So how I am going to find the accurate version? See, as you remember what I tell you about the MSF console. If I open the MSF console here again, if I open the MSF console again, here I want to see what type of what type of scanners we use to get this information. Because Nmap does not give me the accurate version. Because Nmap here does not give me the accurate version. It just tells me that it will belong from 3.x to 4.x group per group. But I want the accurate version. So how am I going to do that? Get? So I'm going to use a tool which is known as auxiliaries. Remember what I say about auxiliaries. Auxiliaries are the modules which was used for sniffing, scanning, and other things. So sometimes when you don't get the result from Nmap by performing different scripts, we use these auxiliary modules to get information. So right now what I'm going to use, I'm going to use here search. We are going to use, remember what we are going to use? We are going to type search and one more thing. Just let me finish. Why I'm finding here the accurate version? The question is also, as you remember in the first step, if I don't find the accurate version, and if I simply go on here search exploit and see that the particular version is exploitable or not, if I go here search exploit, and if I search SMBD, no, I need to specify Samba SMBD. Just let me check the name. I think I'm typing the name again. What is the name? Samba SMBD. So if I copy this, I think I'm writing the name wrong. Just try to check that search exploit give us some results or not. So again, I'm typing search exploit. Just paste clipboard. It was not giving any result. I don't know why this is happening. See, if I type here Samba, you see we have some different options. And you can see here it will start. It will start from 3.0. From here, we have more than 4. Let's just say it will belong to between 4. So we have like that much of attacks right now available for Samba, SMB. We don't know which attack we are going to use. There's two options. First, to find accurate version of Samba or try all this. Which one will work? So what we are going to do, we are not going to perform all this scan. We are going to use auxiliary module to find the accurate version. For this, first of all, I need to search a scanner. So I'll just type search, then I need to search an auxiliary. So I need to type search auxiliary, then I need to find scanners. So I'll just simply type search auxiliary scanners, and I want to find a scanner for SMB or Samba. So I need to specify Samba. This is how you are going to search something. So if you need to find something accurate, so remember in auxiliaries, remember we have scanners. Just let me open you again. So I think you are not forgettable. Just open me the sudo. So if I open here sudo Just open me sudo su, and I think at that time you're able why I'm searching like this. Sudo su kali. So right now, if I show here why I'm searching like this, you remember in the next section, I think I already show you something like this. Just let me open it. Just let me, I want to go to the, see, this is the Metasploit framework location. As you all remember, we already go there. And if I type here ls, you can see we have auxiliary modules here. I think this where it will go, this module. If I go to the module section, module, and if I press here, if I ls, you see we have auxiliaries here. If I go to auxiliaries, auxiliary, LIARY auxiliaries. If I go again ls here, you can see we have here a scanner option. I think there's a scanner. So as you can see, when you find something on a particular location, right now I want to find something on a particular location. So what I'm going to try to do here, I want to find something on a particular location. I want to find scanners, which is all an auxiliary, and I want to find scanners for Samba. So if I go here again, and if I just clear open the CD scanner option, scanner, which is NNNER, and if I here see right now my scanner, if I ls here, you can see Samba like here it is somewhere here. You can see SMB, we have SMB, we have somewhere Samba. This is like this. Just let me. You have SAG, SCAG, SMTP. Here you can see we have SMB. So this is how we are going to scan for a particular thing. This is how we are going to scan. You need to first specify the whole directory where the particular attack or tool found. So I know that the particular scanner was found in the auxiliary module I need for scanners, and I need for SMB. I just specify SMB. And when I press here enter, see, we have some options right now. So what are options? We have scanners. Right now, you need to understand which we are going to use because there are multiple scanners. So which scanner we are actually using? Remember, in the scan, what type of information you get? We get unknown version. We don't know the accurate version. So we need an exploit which tell us about the version. So how we are going to find? So if you come here, you see there are some different auxiliaries. So if I go on top, you can see this is impacted docmox. I don't think this is used for us. This is also impact secret dumps, SMB M17. We don't know use this detection. It's a logged user window authentication login user emulation. We also don't need this emulation domain user. We don't need this login check scanner. We don't need for login check scanners. So here we and I go down, 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 down. Here we have something like this. SMB version detection. Do you see this? Auxiliary scanner SMB version detection. We find this. And this is actually we need. Because we need to find the version. We don't need to find it. We need to find the accurate version. So this is a scanner which tells us the accurate version of SMB. So what we are going to do? We are going to use this. So simply type use and just type the index number, or you can specify the whole location. Right now I'm going to specify the whole location this time. So I just type auxiliary LIAUXILIARY auxiliary hyphen scanner, then we have SMB, then hyphen I need to SMB version, SMB underscore version, VERSION version detection, version detection. I think this was same with same version detection. I think this was same. Maybe there is version detection. Detection. Right now, I think failed to load module. I think I mistyped the name. Just let me here do this. I will just simply use because right now I'm not able to know actually there is a hyphen on it because my screen was small. So I'm just using the option use. So use, and this is at 12 numbers. So I need to use this 12. So use 12. Use then 12. So right now this was loaded. MSF6 auxiliary scanner SMB version. Remember, you need to search this for auxiliary scanner SMB version. Right now it was available in my laptop on 12, someone laptop it was available on 16, in some laptops it was available on 21. So you need to first study which is actually you need to find this SMB version, because we are not going all these scanners. We are using the accurate one which gives us the idea. Some uses for auditors, some uses for innovation, but we need the version. So we choose this. Now, as you all know, first of all check what is this particular exploit tell us about it. So if I clear it and type show info, see what information it gives. So it gives description, fingerprint and display version information about SMB servers. This is what we need and this is what it tells. It simply tells that it will find the SMB versions of the particular SMB services. So we will get this time most important thing. So right now if I go top here, like this is the basic information, you can study it about whole thing. We are not going to study like something. We just need to understand that this is the accurate version. So right now I'm going to see the options. So if I type here, just let me clear the screen. If I type show options, OPTIONS, if I clear, you can see we have two different things. We need to specify only the R host. Remember what is R host? R host is basically your remote host or target. Right now in our case, our R host is basically this particular target, which is 192.168.227.8. So if I just simply copy this, and now if I come to here again on Linux, and if I just simply press here, if I just simply type here what set R host, and if I just simply press here paste clipboard, you can see my R host specified. Now I just simply need to run this. So if I just simply type here run, see what will happen. See scan one auxiliary mode execute and scan one. I think this is not gives me the information. Just let me see. I think show options again. Show options. I think it was done. I don't know why this is not happening. Let it run again. Auxiliary mode considered thread 1. If I am specifying any other thing, I need to specify in this. Yeah, I need to use it. Just give me a second, guys. I need to see what is the problem I'm facing. Just wait a second. Just set payloads. I don't know why this was not happening. Just let me give me a second. I want to check my internet connection again. Ping 1.1.1.1. And my network is not unreachable, that's why I'm facing this problem. Let me disconnect it again. So I think that's after I'm able to perform. I think right now it was done. Let me check it again. Okay, now it was done. I'm going to perform this thing again. First of all, I need to open MSF console. So if you guys also facing the network problem, you just simply disconnect here and connect it again. So your network problem was not happening. I'm facing the network disconnectivity continuous time. This is not happening. So just again, I'm just going to search the same thing. First, I'm going to search for the scanner. Search scanners. Search. You need to find search first. You need to type a specific auxiliary. Where you need to find. So auxiliary, LIARY, auxiliary hyphen scanners. And auxiliary we need to find scanners for SMB. If I click here, we get information where you're going to use this 12 number. So simply type use 12. Enter 9 to set R host. So set R host and just simply paste the target, which is right now in my case this is. So R host run. So now if I run this, so now you see our attack was done, but you don't find anything. You see there was not any a single shell was open. Can you tell me guys why there was not a shell open? I want this answer from you. Can you tell me why we don't open any shell at this time? why this is happening, why we don't open the shell at this time. How many of you tell me the answer that why we are not able to open any shell at this time? Can I get this response? So what is SMB version? Can you tell me why we are not opening any shell right now in this particular attack? We are not opening any type of shell. Can you tell me why this is happening? I need the answer first, guys. How many of you tell me why we are not getting any shell opening here? Can you tell me? Rahul Shinde, you raise your hand. Can you tell me? How many of you know why the shell was not opening? How many of you know that? Just raise your hand. I need to see how many of you know that. I think nobody knows. Only two people know why there was not a shell opening. Is there not anyone else who know why the shell was not opening? Three. S. Rajesh. Can you tell me, Rajesh, in the chat box why the shell was not opening? I think many of you don't know actually why the shell was not opening. Here you can see this is not actually a backdoor command aggregation. This particular exploit, or you can say version, or you can say auxiliary module used for getting the versions, not for getting anything. Also, you see we don't have done anything. It was just like this, and you don't get much information. Let me just make it. So you see we don't get much information. We get only like this information. But if you see something like here, you can see something this Samba 3.0.20 Debian. We are successfully get the accurate version of the Samba. So this version module just tell us the accurate version of Samba. We get the information what we wanted. Here you can see what is happening when you use the auxiliary scanner module. So sometimes when you don't get the accurate information about a particular target, what you need to do? You need to go to the auxiliary modules, you need to go to scanners and see for which particular version you need to scanners. If the version is like this, any version which particular you can say you don't know the accurate version for like this, which was written like it was belong from this to this group, you can use these auxiliary module scanners to get the whole information or to get the accurate version. And then you are able to perform the attacks. So first you need to specify this. This is why I'm telling you all of you in the starting that you need to study these things. You need to go to every single modules. You need to go to in every single module and see what type of information they have. If you don't know that the auxiliary module have some scanners, you are not able to use this. If you don't know that they have scanners for FTP, if you don't know they have scanners for VMware, if you don't know they have scanners for port map, if you don't know they have scanners for Nessus, you are not able to use it. So you need to use all these tools. You need to first go through every single and see what type of information they have. Then at that time, you are able to perform a scan. That's why I'm telling you on the starting that you need to go to the MSF console and try to find different things. The next thing what I'm going to do is just let me come here again. Now we are going to attack our target. What we are going to do? We are going to attack our target. So we successfully finding the accurate, just let me close this tab. So right now we are accurately, confidently find the accurate version of the target, which is here. Just let me raise this again. This we are find the accurate version, which is Samba 3.0.20 tab. So right now I'm going to come here again on Linux and just opening another tab, and I'm just going to search. Here if I type here search exploit, and if I type here what is the version name, just let me check it again, which is just let me just close this again. I don't need this one. So the version name is basically 3.0.20. So if I just simply type Samba and I want to see that this particular version is exploitable or not. So if I type search exploit and if I type simply here the version name, which is SMB S, just let me check here, Samba 3.0.20. So Samba 3.0.20 is the same version. Yeah, this is same. And if I press here enter right now, see what we are getting. Search exploit tell us we have some type of attacks for this also. Here you can see we have different files. Remember, .txt file, .txt.py. But remember, we are going to use this RB file because this is for Metasploitable. This is Metasploitable to see. If there was an attack or exploit which was written in RB, which means it was already in Metasploit. So we are going to use this RB file. Here you can say it will work on Samba 3.0.20 to 3.0.25 RC3. What does it say simply? It's a username map script command execution. Means it was also a backdoor execution. So just let's see what is happening. I'm just opening again my MSF console. Just let me open the MSF console again. MSF console. My MSF console was right now opening, and in MSF console, I'm going to search for Samba 3.0.20. I'm just copying this, so I'm not hitting it. Simply I just paste it. I'm just copying this. And now if I search here, so many of you also think, sir, why we don't search as you search exploit like directly. You don't need to specify exploit, but when you search for auxiliary, you just simply search by specifying mode. So see why I'm doing this, because on searching an exploit, it will give you the, we will already giving the accurate version name. But when you are searching for a scanner, you need to specify. If I search like here, see, you can search Samba. For example, if I search directly like Samba, you can see what I will get. You see we get this much of information, and actually there are some for auxiliaries, some exploits, and we don't know which should we use. That's why we use the basically auxiliary time. We need to specify where the particular vulnerability is available or particular scanner uses, so we get less result. But when you are searching for a particular exploit by giving an auxiliary result, you will already get less result. For example, if I just paste here like this, Samba 3.0.20, and if I just simply search here, search, and if I click here, just let me type search, and if I just simply type here, see we have get information. That's why we are just typing search. If you know the accurate version, we just simply type here because at that time we get only one result. But if you don't know the script, you get multiple. So here you get what is this exploit, which is same as in this written in the search script. Also the link was excellent, check, no description that, and here you can see it was available on 2007 514. Hence it was available on May 14, 2017. This attack was disclosed. So what we are going to do, we are going to see how we can attack and how we can specify and how we can make connection with this attack. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply use for using, I'm just simply typing 0. And if you have any questions, please ask in the chat box. After completing this attack, I'm going to answer your questions. So if you have any doubts or any other question, just please ask in the chat box so I'm able to solve your problem. If you have any problem regarding the attacks, if your attack does not work, if there is an error coming, just tell me. So here you see we have a problem like U0. We have simply typed U0. Now our exploit was active. Now I need to attack this particular target. So what I need to do here is I just simply type here the option. If I type here show options, OPTIONS, see what type of options I have. Here everything was already specified, and I need to specify here the C R host because L host and L port was specified reverse. So right now I need to specify the R host, and what is R host right now? Remember R host is our target IP address. So I need to specify set R host, and as you see here, this is the L host and L port, which is basically local host and local port. The listener address or any interface may be specified. This may be changes. Right now, I want to listen all the data or make connection with my Linux. But if I want to make connection with the laptop which was available in Germany and which has same Linux, I can specify the same thing. And after running the particular scan, the laptop which was in Germany has connection to the laptop which was available right now. So you need to specify any IP address from which you want to make the connection. So right now I need to specify set R host. So in my case, the R host is basically, just let me check my IP address because I forgot it. So if I just simply type here, I want to see my IP address, ifconfig. So right now my IP address is 192.168.227.89. So if I just simply come here and if I type the IP address here, set our host, then IP address 192.168.227.89. I think this is IP address. Let me check it again. .89. Very good. So right now I'm just simplify set the R host, and if I click here, my R host is specified. Let me check it again. So if I click in show options, OPTIONS. Right now my R host was specified and I don't need to specify anything. So right now I just simply type here run. Before running, I want to show you the info or the information about this particular exploit. So what is this discussion share? See what the description is. This module exploits a command execution vulnerability in Samba version. Means it was also same as the backdoor execution. When using the non-default username map script configuration option by specifying a username containing shell meta characters, attacker can execute a bit. Because means this particular tool or this particular exploit uses default username credentials to target a particular system and making connection. So just see, does it happen? Does it work or not? So if I just tap here, run and see. So it will say like to starting TCP handler on this particular port, and we are getting some type of information right now. See, we open the command shell. Right now, many of you have confusion about what is this TCP handler on this thing. Let me show you something. I think after this, you are able to understand. Just let me show you my image. Just, I think you are able to see my screen. Just, I'm showing you TCP connection to computers. See, I'm going to show you something, an image. I think after this image, you are able to understand what I'm telling you. See what was happening there. This was actually happening there. See, this was actually happening. So right now, you can see what actually say it here. In simple terms, it says that the started receive TVC handler on this particular 31 on this port, and it was connected to this. So right now, this is the sender and this is receiver. Just imagine this is sender and this is receiver. And what was actually happening here? So if I show you the image, first this is my sender. So what a sender does, it sends a network connection to this device through application layer, transport layer, internet, and this. Actually, this is not. I just want to make a second image. This tells you how the data was connected. TCP connection attack is just open another. Here you can see this. This is what happened. First, it was just like work like this. I will make my this computer connect with this computer using a FTP protocol, which is file transfer protocol. What was happening here? First, I'll send a request, then it will respond, then I'll make a complete connection. And the connection, see, when we are making connection with two computers, you need two things: the IP address of this computer and the IP address of this connection. So when you are connecting from laptop A to laptop B, you need to specify the first two things. The first is IP address and port number. So right now here we already specify the IP address and port number which is specified. So right now this particular system connected with this system with the port this. From this port they are transferring data, which is in first 444 and second is this, and these two systems are connected to each other. Right now it was connected and we already opened shell again. So if I type again in who am I, so I am again in root. So if I type here like ls, you can see I'm again on the directory. If I again go on home, cd home, see I'm again in home. If I again type ls, I see I have services. Right now if I go here and I created a service name mpdir, you again hacked, you again hacked. If I create a directory and just simply here enter, and if I ls, the directory was created. And if I go to my Metasploit again, and if I type here like ls, I am right now in home directory. So if I type ls, you will see I have created directory name again, you again hacked. And if I delete this directory rmr, you again hacked. And if I just simply type here you again hacked, you again hacked. See what happened. Actually I name it from again hackdyuag. Actually there was a missed thing I think I made. agai, I think there was a space between this. I think I'm not able to right now delete this directory, no say directory, because I think I'm mistyping it because it's so small. I'm not able to see. So you see, we are able to download. But if I delete it from here, for example, you can hang. And if I delete from here, for example, I'm just deleting from here. I'm not going to delete from there. I'm just simply deleting here. So if I type here rm slash r, I will paste here. You see, we are able to delete it. So if I again type ls, see rm you again hacked was delete. And if I go to Metasploit again, you see we are able to delete this particular directory. Just let me go here, and if I just click here just like this, you see we delete it. So if I create a file with some data, for example, if I create a file with some data, for example, nano pass pswd dot text. I want to create a data, a password file where I can store my password. For example, I have a laptop and I store I have multiple passwords from multiple logins. I have ExcelR login, I have Google Chrome login, I have different logins. I have my hackathon account login, I have my Cisco account login. So I want to log in all them, but they are different passwords. How do I remember? So for this comfort, I want to go in my system and create a password file. I know no one going to see my system. But if a hacker hacks, see what happens. Right now I'm just creating passwords. So for example, this is some passwords which I'm going to create. You can see these are the passwords which I'm going to create. This is a text file. And just I'm simply creating some things. And if I just simply type here control plus C, control plus O, I think. Yeah, this was done. Now this was saved. And if I write here, this file was saved and you see the pswd text created. So now if a hacker hacks you, if he just come here, if I type cd, if I type ls here, you see he files this file. And if you just simply type nano, then your file name which is pswd.text, you can see what happened. Right now we have all the password we have created on Linux. So a hacker can able to see your data and also he was able to modify it. For example, right now I want to modify it. So he can also modify the data. For example, he can modify the data like this. He can also modify data like this. So he can do what he wants. He can do modify the data, and when he's done, he just simply I don't not able to. Oh, the special one, no. So avoiding foreground process. So we are just foregrounding process. Right now it was not working. So basically you are able to see the data. You are able to modify the data also. You just simply delete all the data and change the passwords. So this is happening is a very good, very bad chance. So if you just someone hacked and they have in their system some important files, some important data, the hacker can also able to see the data, modify the data and perform manipulation. And it will cause the attacker and the particular victim so much loss. So I think guys you know understand how these attacks were actually happening, how we are able to connect with particular device and just using the Metasploit tool very easily. Does anyone have any question regarding the questions? Please ask it. Server save option. Yes, sir. Laptop was lagging. Is my laptop lagging right now? Am I? Is my voice clear or is my laptop lagging right now? Is my voice lagging right now or is my laptop lagging? Clear. Does anyone have any doubt about these three attacks which we perform? First of all, we perform for the bind shell, then we perform for the VSFTPD. Does anyone have any doubt about these three versions, vulnerabilities or attack which is just simply perform? If anyone have any doubt, just please ask it. VSFTPD, and then the third is basically our Samba. So we can perform three attacks on three different versions, and we are see how we can simply success on attacking this. Just make a second. Just make it. Just make it again. Bunch. So we perform three type of different type of scans and see we are able to get information about the particular target, and we just simply get more information. This is how actually our hacks done. And see one more thing. Whenever you are performing hack on any device, this is how actually hacking done. If you're still performing on a web page and if you find these type of inversions, you can search for a search exploit, and if you find the particular thing, you can able to attend it. But if you are not able to find the versions on such exploit, the second way is to Googling. If you Google it, you will find the particular answer. Now we are going to see some other tags and see if we are able to find it or attack it. So if I'm going here, you see we have some other tags like just let me go here. I'm just clearing aborting this session. Ground station. I'm just clear here. I'm just going to clear it. And one more thing, guys, you are able to use all the tools of Linux on this particular area, this console. You are not going to use this on any other. For example, if I want to use nmap again, nmap sv, because I need to find the service version, nmap s capital V, then our target time, which is 192.168, 192.168.227.89, and if I press here enter, I will start the nmap, and I want to see the results. So I don't need to go to my outside every time. I just simply perform every scan on this Metasploit tool here. Or as well as. So right now I want to see what type of information I'm getting again for the service version, and we are going to perform some other scans. I need to perform it outside because it will taking too much time. So it was done idea. And remember, if you're performing this on Metasploit, it will take too much time. So it is better that you will run outside. It is preferred when you have using the same operating system or you have physical Linux operating system. At that time you use that place. Okay. So you see we have exploited everything. And I want to tell you everything that all this thing was exploitable. And I want all of you to try to exploit every single thing. If you exploit everything, you are able to understand how you are going to exploit it. So next, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to perform another thing. So this is again a port which is something like fishy for me. So you see Telnet 2020C TCP port open Telnet. So what is this basically Telnet? Telnet is also like Bindship, but this is not a misconfiguration. Telnet was available on many computers, and sometimes we use Telnet for accessing or hacking different devices. So how this was going to be happen? See, hacking is not like always using Metasploitable or MSF console or MSF Word. Sometimes you need to just Google it, you need to just get information, you need to get some other information. So here you can see this is a Telnet. First of all, you need to know about Telnet. What is Telnet? That's why I'm telling you about, if you don't know about the service, just simply go to Google and search about the service. So right now I'm going to show you how we can hack to Telnet. But you don't know what is Telnet. If you scan a real target and you find a port name like this, how you are going? So just simply go to the browser and search for the particular service name. Right now, which is Telnet in my case, I will simply come here. Simply type search. Just let me type here. Simply I'm going to search, and you need to know about what is this particular target means. So if I just simply type search, search, search Telnet, Telnet. If I just simply type search Telnet, I'll get the information about what is actually a Telnet is. And when I know about Telnet, I'll get some information how to hack this Telnet. So sometimes when you don't get the information or accurate information, you need to use Google to get information. Right now it was not working because I think it was taking too much load on my system right now because I opened multiple tabs. I need to close some tabs right now. Just give me a second. Oh, there was only one tab. I think it was taking too much tabs. Is my voice lagging also? Is my voice also lagging, guys? Is my voice lagging right now? Okay. I think my just Linux was lagging a little bit. So basically, what I'm going to tell you, because right now I think it was my CPU was very exhausted. That's why it was not able to. So basically, Telnet is a service or which was used for connecting multiple systems on internet. It was basically a system connecting service which was used for connecting computers or networks on a particular system. So what we are going to do here, so we are just basically going to see how we connect to this Telnet service port, or how we are going to hack this Telnet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open a different terminal, and what I'm going to here do, I'm just going to here type simply telnet and then the IP address. So if I type here like telnet, just telnet and the IP address, which is 192.168.227.89, and if I press here enter, see escape character is this. I need to see what is happening. as I said, see, we are connected to Telnet ports right now. I just let me guys just a minute again. So if I try this again, if I type Telnet and just IP address, see what happened. Right now I'm going to connect with Telnet. So just if I type Telnet and the IP address which is 192.168 and this. So this is basically a misconfiguration which is also used for hacking area. So right now you see we are again access to the Metasploit frameworks. So Telnet is basically a framework which is used for remotely hosting a particular system on online. So right now Metasploit is using Telnet to host their operating system. So here you can see the full opening or UI like Metasploit when you on it. Here also we will log in with MSF admin and MSF admin. So if I just tap here, MSF admin, the again MSF admin information like here like again. Simply I need to type this information. Just let me give me MSF admin again and see. Now I'm able to log in. I think I will log MSF EDMIN MSF EDMIN. So now I'm logging to this particular Metasploit from my Linux laptop using the Telnet port. So this is how actually we hack the Telnet port. In Telnet port we hack. So right now I want to see who am I. Who am I? If I click here, right now I am MSF admin. But I want to become the root because root has the all powers to do anything. So for becoming root, I just simply type sudo, then I type su. Then it asks for the password, and I will already know that the password is MSF admin because I will get this information, which will say MSF admin. So if I type here again MSF admin, you see what happened. I'm just going to the root section. Again, I want to go to the home section because where I can already created multiple files in the previous 3 attacks. So if I click here ls, see we have our information FTPD, MSF admin, PSW service user. Right now I'm going to create another file in this. For example, I'm going to create a file here. Like I'm going to create a file like nano user. And I want to name some user like test subject. I want to give some usernames like subject 123 James. I'm just giving some random name. Random. Just giving something names. So when I click here, save here, it will be save file. And right now I'm just exit. So right now if I just save modify buffer answer no. Yes. Control X. So if I just click the list, I want to see that no, I think no, not created. I want to create again nano user. I just create anything. I just create any numbers. So just creating anything randomly values. I don't know what it is. And now I just simply save here, which is control plus O. File name, I want to name this like info. I want to file name is like info.txt. Info.txt. And if I just click here, save, then I just type here control X. Now this was created. You can see we have just let me give. We have created the info.txt. Now if I come back from here to in this Linux, and if I now search here, you can see the first time when I type ls, we don't get information. But if I type here ls, I'll get information. That means when you hack a particular system, if the user created any file on their system, it will already appearing on my system. So there is no need to worry. So when you hack your system, you get data on real time. So there are we get the data on real time. I'll get the info.txt file. I want to read this file. If I type just here nano info.txt. First I want to remove something. So if I want to remove this password WT, for example, if I have system rm pswd.text. So if I just simply type text, you can see we are able to remove this file. And if I ls here, you can see the pswd text was removed. Suppose this was an attacker or a hacker who was trying to do this. So it will cost our data too much because if I have a file which have passwords then it will be a loss for me. So if I type here ls, you see our password file was gone because the attacker used this particular telnet port to access our system, and now he are going to delete some files. Also, he was able to see our files too. So if we type here nano and then the file name which is info.txt, you can see we can just simply error opening terminal extra. I think we are not able to open it due to some issues. I think nano is not right now opening. I have some other tools which was used for cat. See, cat is also used for displaying information of a particular file. If nano is not working, you use simply cat. So if I type here catinfo.txt, you can see we have get the information of this. This may be some bank account information. This may be other information. So you see, an attacker can use a single port to get access to our system and get more information. And also, he was able to delete it. Suppose this, the attacker just simply get the information and transfer it to your computer, and after transferring, it simply delete all the file. Then it will be a very catastrophe for us, and it will cost us so much. So now I think everyone is now able to understand how this attack was happening and how an attacker is simply attacking us. Does anyone have any doubt? Guys, does anyone have any doubts? Does anyone have any doubt? Whatever tool we are using and whatever the scan was happening, does anyone have any doubts? I think no, we are not going to use other operating system. These are the just operating system which we are going to use. So we are not going to use any other option. Maybe we are using Windows 7 or Windows 10 for attacking. Let's see. So this is all for today. In tomorrow classes, we are going to see how actually phishing attacks work. Basically, in today classes, we see how actually a system was able to hack other system. In tomorrow attacks, we are going to see how phishing attacks happen, how a simple link was able to get users data, how email phishing works, how Insta phishing works, how dog network works, and how attackers or hackers use these phishing links or scammers to get our information. Also, we are going to see how website hacking actually done in the next 2 days classes. So this is all for today. We are going to meet on tomorrow classes and see what we are going to do in the next classes. We are going to perform phishing and different tanks. This is all for today. Shushmita ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
So can should
Yeah,
we
yeah.
wrap?
No, we
Okay.
can wind up for the day, sir. Thank you. We'll meet again by tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you all. So I hope you all marking your attendance. Please don't miss to mark the attendance. Kindly mark your attendance. Okay, so we are winding up for the day. Thank you all. Good night. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 7.